Hello Bibliophiles, welcome back to my channel. In this video, we will be seeing about the books I have read in December 2023, January 2024 and February 2024. Let's get started. In these 3 months, I have read totally 7 books. These are the books which I have read. So I will be sharing with you in this video about these books and my experiences and some of the points you would like to take it away through this video. In December 2023, I have read The Things You Can See Only When You Slow Down by Haemin Sunim. This is one of the self-help book. The author highlights some of the quotes written by himself and also by the other personalities. This book doesn't take much time for you to read. It is a very short self-help book. I have already released a video on this book. I'll drop the link in the description. Kindly check if you want to know about the book in detail. One of the beautiful aspects of this book is you can see the artwork. The artwork was specifically done by the artist Yang Lee. In the video link given in the description, I have shared about this book some of the quotes that affected me and helped me to have a positive mindset. I have given 4 stars to this book. The next book which I have read in December 2023 is Almond by Pyung Sohn. This book is about a boy named Yunjae who is suffering from a brain condition called alexithymia. This is occurred to people who have a almond shaped organ in their brain. So you can see in the book cover. Initially, I did not know why the cover looked like this. Then when I came to know about this book and when I read this, I came to know that this is the amygdala organ which is in the shape of an almond. I think that's the reason the book has the title also as Almond. So Yunjae has some defects or some brain condition with respect to this organ. Thus, he has difficulty in understanding the feelings. For example, we cry when we are hit a sad moment, or we smile when there is an happy moment. We are surprised, we are shocked. But Yunjae is such a boy who doesn't have any feelings. He knows that a situation has occurred, but he cannot have the feelings. For example, he witnessed the murder of his mother and his grandmother. Right in front of him, the murder has happened, but still Yunjae felt very difficult to drop a single tear through his eyes. There is no wrong in Yunjae. He doesn't feel emotions. He doesn't know what is an emotion. But apart from that, he is also similar human being. There is no problem. He doesn't suffer any kind of mental disability. So this is one of the condition of the protagonist Yunjae. But the main theme of this book is about friendship. So he has a very close friendship with Gon. They initially are arch rivals. Many times Gon has attacked Yunjae and he doesn't understand what problem Yunjae has, and Yunjae too doesn't have any fear or any kind of feelings. So even despite giving constant warning by Gon not to meet him, still Yunjae doesn't have any fear because he suffers from the condition. So later on Gon comes to know what is this problem with Yunjae and how their friendship flourishes. There is a twist at the ending of this book, so I will not be spoiling this climax. So I will be highly recommending you to kindly go through this book. It is a very good and perfect read. So I have given 4 stars for this book. The next book which I read in December 2023 is Days at the Morisaki Bookshop by Satoshi Yagisawa. This book is a very calm surrounding book. Specifically, This book is mainly for the book lovers. There are plenty of quotes. As you can see, I have already flagged some of the pages. If you read these quotes, example, I would like to share some with you. From that moment on, I read relentlessly one book after another. It was as if a love of reading has been sleeping somewhere deep inside me all this time. And then it suddenly sprang to life. I read slowly, savoring each book one by one. I had all the time in the world then, and there was no danger I would run out of books no matter how much I read. This is the very beautiful quote that any book lover will savor to read it. There is one more quote I would like to share. I have never experienced anything like this before. It made me feel like I have been wasting my life until this moment. These are the feelings shared by the protagonist of this book, Takako, who is actually suffering from a depression kind, because she just now had a recent love rejection. We cannot say rejection, she was actually cheated by her lover. So she falls into a depression. She wants some comfortness. So her uncle welcomes her to live in the store. The uncle has a bookstore, so that is this Morisaki bookshop. So Takako goes there and lives there for some time to recover from her depression, so that she can go into the reality world. So she reads a lot of books. Initially she is not interested, but when she starts reading the book, she understands how this book will make you to forget about the reality of the world, and how these words will embrace you and will warm you when you are wanting a feeling of love, when you are in need of it. Then there is a twist where we meet Momoko, where Momoko is Takako's uncle's wife. She leaves him long back because of a sensitive reason. I will not spoiling it, you have to read this book. So she comes back again suddenly, and then she just has a very good bonding with Takako, and she also takes Takako to a place where she had been when she had left the uncle. So they have a unique bonding, and then Takako understands about Momoko. Initially she used to fear that why she has come suddenly right now, and then she understands her very well, and then how her uncle stops Momoko again from fleeing, and how they are united. This is a very good book. Actually, I have a mindset whenever I read a book, because the books which I have read till now always have some suspense, thriller, many ups and downs. So when I was reading the book, the plot was very silent and it was like a smooth road. So I was worrying what next, or is Takako is going to do something, or is the uncle a pervert, or is Momoko is going to cause any problem. There were many clustering of thoughts, prejudgments I should say. The entire prejudgment is falsified, because this book is not something when you're expecting like some thriller or a suspense. This book is something like you want to read something, you don't want any mood swings when you're reading something, you just want the story plot to go as such in a very smooth road. So this book is for them. I would be giving 4 star to this book. The very first book I started in the new year, that is January 2024, is Sweet Bean Paste by Durian Sukegawa. I'm very glad I read this book. This was the first book that brought tears to my eyes when I read it. Initially, I did not know that books will make you to cry, because books are just words. If you can understand the emotions when you see the emotions being felt by someone. For example, if there is a sad scene played by some actor very well, and we can see that scenes, and then we can understand the emotions, and then we will be having tears. Or if we see the protagonist or any characters in the movie are happy, then by looking that we will also have the happy moment. So emotion works like that. But I should say that myth was completely destroyed by this book. This book literally made me to cry at several occasions. This book is about three people. It is revolving around three people, but I should say maximum it revolves around two people. One is Sentaro, who is a baker, but initially he's not a baker. Due to some reasons, he has been convicted because of a crime, and the confectionery owner actually retrieves Sentaro. So Sentaro promises to take care of the confectionery shop instead of the owner. The owner is expired, but still Sentaro has some of the debts to be settled, and that's the reason he's still working in the confectionery shop. Whereas we have one more character, Toku. I think she is nearly more than 60-year-old, and she has a medical condition which was treated as a severe medical condition during the old days, where they used to keep those kind of medical conditions patient isolated. Even the entire town in that Japan, this story revolves around Japan, the entire town is isolated because of this disease. But later on you can see the medical conditions is improved, and this story revolves around the current era. So the medical condition is not there, but still many patients are severely affected because of that medical conditions. They have crooked hands, distorted face. So this makes them to feel ugly. Not them, this makes the people in the society to see in an ugly way. Because of this, when Toku works in the shop and she is helping Sentaro to prepare sweet bean paste. This paste is actually used for making dorayaki cake. People who used to watch Doraemon will be loving cake, Dora cake, right? So that cake, that is dorayaki cake. That cake is a pancake. Two pancakes are stuffed with the sweet bean paste. Initially, Sentaro is obtaining artificially, like, pre-prepared sweet bean paste. He doesn't prepare it from scratch. Customers just come, but not that much good business he has. But Toku visits one day to this shop, and then she says that she wants to prepare the sweet bean paste. Initially Sentaro is reluctant, but still he wants to break the promise which he has done, or he wants to settle whatever he has kept as a debt for the confectionery owner. So he accepts Toku's help, so that the taste of sweet bean paste prepared by Toku is very good. It's heavenly. So he felt that if he makes very good doroyaki cake, he will earn well, and then he can be free from the confectionery shop. But later he noticed that Toku has crippled hands, that is because of the medical condition. Then slowly rumor got evolved that Toku is from that abandoned village and she's suffering from the disease. She is not, but still there is a myth which is being happening in the story plot. And how the future goes, the letter she has written to Sentaro, the climax, it really touches. After reading this book, I will highly share a thought with you. Embrace the moment. You will not be living for, we don't know what may happen the very next minute. Embrace the moment. Keep people around you happy. Do as much as you can to keep them happy. Keep your anger away. You will not be living for, like, what to say, you're not immoral. So enjoy the moment and keep the people around you happy. I will be giving 5 stars to this book. One thing also I would like to share, I have read many foreign books which has been translated to English, like Almond, which is a Korean novel translated to English, and Days at the Morisaki Bookshop is also a Japanese novel translated to English. The Things You Can Sleep Only When You Slow Down, which is also a Korean book translated to English. Same, Sweet Bean Paste is also a Korean novel translated to English. And I have also read the many books. I have shared about many books through my channel. You can look into it. The Stranger, which is a French book translated to English, and Kim Ji-young. Again, it is a Korean book translated to English. When a book which is written in one language and is translated to another language, somewhere the feelings, the emotions, and the exact words the author tries to convey is actually lost. Because of that reason, I was actually not satisfied with the Stranger book written by Albert Camus. Whereas if you see this book, the translation work is tremendous, is beautiful. That is also the other reason I love this book a lot. So that's the reason I would like to give a 5-star to this book. And the next book which I read in the month January 2024 is The Silent Patient by Alex Michaelides. What I should say, the month January 2024 were awesome. The first book of the month, which is Sweet Bean Paste, literally made me to cry, and the second book just kept me on toes. Just what will be next, what will be next. It is a complete thriller filled book. If anyone is willing to read a suspenseful book, this is like a one sit book. In my life I have read many books of either it can be a very short one or a long one, but you can see totally it has 340 pages. This is the thickness of the book, and you can see from the size, literally it just took me 5 days. And because I have a full-time job, I did not find much time. But if I have taken a day off and read this book, within a day I would have completed it. This book is filled with thrillers, and the climax, man, how can he write such a beautiful book? I never thought that such thing will happen in the climax. It is a must read for everyone, and I have given 5-star to this book. The first book which I have read in the month February 2024 is Babel by R.F. Kuang. And you can see the massive thickness of the book and the length of the book. So this book has nearly 542 pages, but when this book is compared with small books like this, we should double it. So I should say approximately it is 1000 pages. This book consumed my entire February month, but I would say it's worth the investment and it's worth the time I had given to this book. This book is about the story of a boy who is from China. His original name is not specified, but he changed his name. That is, he renamed himself as Robin Swift. There is a strategy which is happening in this book, which is fictional, that many children are picked up from various corners of the world who are majored in the languages of that country, and they are brought to Oxford, specifically Oxford University, where there is a Institute of Translation, and the building is Babel. That's the name of this book. So if you would like to see, this is the Tower of Babel. So here the translation study happens. Initially these students are trained and they are sponsored by certain people, and they are trained, they are given good stipend, good facilities. They'll get whatever books they want. I think there are 4 people in the group. So one is Robin Swift, who's a Chinese, and the other one is an Indian who is actually from Bangladesh, but this book is of the era 1830. So that time India was with Bangladesh. So his name is Ramis. And third, Victoria, who is an African woman, and we have one more character, Letty, who is from France. So this is a story revolving around all these 4. There is a secret society, Hermes Society. First thing, what I love in this book is, this book gave many information about the origin of words. The English word typhoon actually came from the Afghan word tufan. So the Afghan word tufan is changed in different languages, and finally it landed in English as typhoon. The same way, there are many words which has been represented the relations. So that is one of the best thing in this book which I have read. And second, I should say the book 1, 2, 3 revolves around some literature, educational oriented, and some political oriented. There was nothing much hype. The hype starts from the end of book 4, and man, the book 5, god, what plot twist you can see in these sections, seriously. And again, when I had completed this book, many lives were sacrificed. Again, there was a heavy heart when I just kept this book, though it did not bring me tears, but I felt like, why you have to do it? Why have to go through with all these? You can just take the advantage of what's given to you. But the protagonist is so patriotic towards his nation. It's a good salute to the guy, Robin Swift, I should say. And more than that, I would like to share one thing with you. When I was reading this book, and that time the new book was released by this author out of Kuang, that is Yellow Face. So I just surf about the author. I usually do for all the books. She's very young. She's young and she's just now doing her PhD in Yale University. I'm just wondered, so she must have written this book when she was in masters. I'm just wondered about her writing talent, about her English literature skills. It's very good. Again, I love the author, and I'll be reading other books with respect to this author. Yellow Face and I think The Poppy War are the famous books of this author. So I will be trying those books also. Since I felt the plot is flat till book 3 and I love the plot of book 4 and 5, so I would like to give 4 stars to this book. But please, every English literature students out there, read this book once in your life. You will enjoy the origin of the English words. And the last book which I had read in February 2024 is Make Today Count by John Maxwell. So this is a very short book, you can see. I just came to know about this book when I was surfing Facebook. There were many book related pages, so some book quotes were there. Specifically, I would like to share this quote. You can see it over here. So the quote says that a good decision plus a daily discipline is needed for a masterpiece of potential success in your life. So this book gives you 12 areas. They call it as 12 dozens of success factor, where you should master yourself, where you should handle those 12 factors. I would like to highlight those 12 factors: attitude, priority, health, family, thinking, commitment, finances, faith, relationship, generosity, values, growth. So you should monitor, control all these 12 factors to have a good success factor in your life. And again, this is a short book. Every day I would highly recommend you to read one chapter, so you can complete this book in 12 days. It's a good book to go ahead. So if you are looking for a self-help book and you are not a voracious reader and you just want to go for a short book, then I would highly recommend this book. I have given 4.5 stars. There is no specific reason for deducting 0.5 stars in this book. You can see among all the books I have read, only 2 books had got 5 stars. So yes, this is good book, but I will not say it's up to the 5 stars rank. 4.5. Okay. So these are the book which I had read in this 3 month span. I would have read more books in the month of February, but finishing this guy was really a very big task. So I will be reading quite a lot of books in the further months. But I would like to share one more thing with you. These books, you can see, and there are other books which I would like to highlight, like Kim Ji-yoon, You can see the commonness in these books. These books are written by Asian authors. Specifically, these books are revolving around the culture of Japan and Korean. The writing and the emotions involved in their books is extreme. In one of my video of book vlog, I'll share the link in the description. I have shared my feelings whenever I read the book Malgudi Days, written by R.K. Narayan. I feel the warmth and love of my grandmother when I read those books. The same warmth and same love I can feel when I read the books written by the Korean and also the Japanese authors. They have a very good taste of portraying the characters, the handling of the plots. It's very good, it's very soothing. And about that, I would like to highlight one thing: these books can be recommended to anyone of any age criteria. Yes, I'm speaking about the children who are less than 18-year-old. You can definitely recommend these books to your children. They doesn't have any vulgarity, they doesn't have any cuss words, so it will really help them to enjoy the different emotions and aspects filled in this book, and surely they will learn the importance of friends, importance of family, and the importance of personal health through this book. So this is what I would like to highlight. This is the thought which I'm sharing based on these books which I have read of Korean and Japanese authors, but there are many books which I have to read. So this is not a public opinion. This is my personal opinion based on the books which I have read till now of Korean and Japanese authors. That's all, everyone. Want to know what book I'm reading currently in the March 2024? Stay tuned, subscribe to the channel, give like, comment, and also share the video link to other bibliophiles. Sharing knowledge is not a crime. Thank you.
I love the chase and the hunt, and I set the pace when I'm running. I always take what I want and I always give it 100. Don't need a bank, no, I'm funded. Play the game.